What's up, guys? Welcome back to DCA. Today what we're going to do is take a look at MATIC. MATIC has been on an absolutely torrid run throughout almost the entirety of this parabolic stage of the bull run that started basically right at the beginning of the year in 2021. So if we just take a look, we're looking here at MATIC USD. So you can see that MATIC was trading as low as right around a penny, 1 or 2 cents, basically right at the start of the year. Since that time, it has went on a run up to where we're sitting right now that has seen almost a 16,000% increase just from the start of the year. All right. So it's really, made itself stand out in terms of the layer two projects, with relation to Ethereum so far this year. So if you're unfamiliar with the channel, one of the ways that we look at MATIC here is by using this DCA index. What the DCA index is a risk model that I've created using a machine learning algorithm, and it basically just works to identify when a particular asset is overrun and in need of a pullback, or when an asset is oversold. So you may be thinking, okay, what's the use of that? Well, it's used for this. It's basically helping you to identify where an asset, such as we saw here back in May, when it's likely hit that top. And when it hits that top, it's likely going to go on a large pullback. In fact, with respect to MATIC, we saw MATIC pull back about 80% from here in May. So May 19th, when it hit this top, in fact, it almost hit 100 on the DCA index, and it came all the way down. In fact, it came down to this trend line that it's been on, since March. It came down to this trend line, reaching all the way down to about 57 or 58 cents. Okay. So you'll notice that the asset is in fact not overrun on the DCA index risk model. In fact, it's sitting right at around 45 at the moment. Okay. So MATIC back here in May, when it was at nearly the same price that it's at now, was overheated and reached up to nearly 100. It got up to 98. From that point, it went down approximately 80%, where it bottomed out right here on about July 21st. But notice that the DCA index risk model has not indicated that MATIC is overbought at this time. So what that means is that because it has made a slow and steady move to the upside, it hasn't really reached a point where it's sort of hitting a parabolic stage like it did back in May. So that means it's in a slow acquisition phase at the moment, or a slow accumulation phase. So, according to what we're seeing in the market right now, MATIC looks to me like it still has a lot of room to go. All right. So if we just look at its price history, like we said, it's been on a slow winding uptrend basically since the middle to end of March. So you can see that we've come down and tested this support line. We started here, and then 1, 2, 3 or 4, and then we've basically been riding along this slow uptrend basically through all of November and into the middle of December, and now we've come off of the trend line again. And in fact, now we're at an important level. We're testing the all-time high. So oftentimes what you'll see with assets like this, when you're bumping into the all-time high, you're going to tend to get resistance at that level. In fact, that's exactly what we saw. Right when we got to the all-time high, which we actually were able to get slightly above it here. And I do mean slightly. We got just above the all-time high. And from there, we've met a little resistance and are coming back down. And, that's entirely to be expected. A lot of times, like you said, when you hit these all-time highs, you're going to get some profit taking, and that's totally fine. So from here, what I'm expecting is us to, perhaps come back down to this trend line. And this all depends on the market. Obviously, if the market tanks, and guys, let me just say this. This isn't a day trading channel. Okay. So save your comments. If you are looking for someone, if you think there's someone on YouTube going to tell you what MATIC is going to do tomorrow, good for you. And I hope you have fun with that channel. All right. And I hope you are profitable and live a great life by watching that channel that's telling you what MATIC's going to do tomorrow. I'm here to tell you that's not how it works. Okay. I've I've been in crypto for a long time. I've been successful in crypto, and I get at least one of these comments every time, I make a video, because the way we approach the market here is by looking at the general market as a whole and using, looking at this through a realistic perspective. No one knows what's going to happen tomorrow. You don't know if, you don't know how the whales or the institutional type investors are going to react to the specter of rising interest rates hanging over their head. You don't know what's going to happen with China, with the Evergrande situation. Anyone who's sitting here telling you, MATIC is going to whatever tomorrow, that's BS. They don't know. That's the bottom line. So we approach the markets through the lens of the macro level perspective. All right. So that's what we're trying to do here. We say, if Bitcoin is able to hold up, this is likely what we can expect. If Bitcoin and the general market takes a downturn because of this, and this factor, then this is what we can expect. This is how we approach the market from a long-term perspective. I'm not day trading. I don't care what happens tomorrow. I could care less. I'm telling you, this is how I'm approaching MATIC. This is how I view the market. And the way I view it and what I care about, I don't care what happens tomorrow. If it drops below this trend line, to me, it's not the end of the world, because I'm not over invested, and sure, I'd like it to keep going up, but at the end of the day, I believe in MATIC as a long-term project, not as a project that's going to, make me rich and wealthy within the next month. Okay. So that's why I've been investing in crypto for years, is to attain that type of status. It's not by investing in short-term altcoins and hoping that they moon within the next week or so. We just come over and take a look at MATICBTC. You can see that we're sort of in the same position. We are pressing right. We hit this initial resistance level that you could see that we were hitting back here in May with respect to the MATICBTC valuation. And now we've come up to test the all-time high close. You can see right when we hit this all-time high close with MATICBTC, and you can see that's sitting right at around 0.000057. Right when we hit that level, we bounced off to the downside. And, oftentimes you're not able to do this on the first try back up. So, this is what we say. This is why we say knowing what Bitcoin is doing and having a broader understanding of the market is so important, because you can't expect MATIC to just decouple right away. I'm not saying the decoupling isn't happening, that we're not starting to see it occur right now, but the bottom line is, we have not seen a true decoupling yet. There may be a point in the very, very near future where these smaller altcoins decouple from from Bitcoin, for instance, and the market starts valuing, Bitcoin like a commodity, and these altcoins, more like you would consider a securities market. But right now, they're still all being lumped into one group of cryptocurrencies. Okay. And justified or not, that's how they're still being viewed. So what that means is we still have to pay attention to what the big boys are doing. We have to know what Bitcoin and Ethereum are doing at all times, because sure, the altcoins have been making a nice run within the last few weeks, but I can assure you, if Bitcoin heads down, starts going down to $30,000, $40,000 or lower, MATIC's coming down with it. That's the bottom line. So like we said, this is why it's so important to look at your MATIC BTC and your MATIC ETH valuations. So, and you can see right here, right when we hit this all-time high, we take a bounce right off of it like clockwork. Okay. So this is what we're looking at right now. And, we do have a resistance or a support level right here, right down at 5328. So just below the all-time high at 5732. So we're hoping that we can get a bounce here and just go to, new all-time highs and sort of into price discovery mode. All right. So lastly, we're going to look at Ethereum, and Ethereum is the same deal. So we've been on this beautiful uptrend against Ethereum basically since the beginning of the year. MATIC has been making gains against Ethereum. And guys, when you're up 16,000% during this market cycle, that's not that hard to believe, right? It's not, it's not wild to believe that MATIC is making such a nice uptrend against Ethereum. With that said, ever since May, we haven't made a new all-time high against Ethereum. In fact, MATIC has gone down. We downtrended basically starting in the end of May. We went down all the way over to here to about November. And now we've just now started making higher highs and higher lows. All right. And we're butting up against this stretch of time here in the middle and end of May where we were making these all-time highs. In fact, the all-time high is sitting right at around 0.0009. Currently, we're right at 0.00066. Okay. So this is how I like to value the altcoins. I like to look at them with relation to their Ethereum valuation or their Bitcoin valuation. More and more, I'm preferring to look at the Ethereum valuation. So what we do is take a look at, here we have the MATIC to Ethereum valuation here. So this is where we're currently at, 0.00066. All right. 9 is the prior all-time high. And then to go from 9 up to 12, that would be about a 33% gain. So we're just looking at more short-term MATIC valuations. If we're able to get above this all-time high, which is right at that 0.0009 level, and if we say went up to a bit higher, up to 12. So, once you make a new all-time high, it can be difficult to say where you're going to go to exactly, because then you're technically in price discovery mode. And that's the whole point of calling it price discovery, is you don't know where it's going to go to. You're just estimating where its value could be. So this would be more, on the more short term of the spectrum. So this shows you various valuations of Ethereum. So 4,000, 5,000, 6,000. And again, at the end of the day, I think these are both going to go much higher than these values. But we're just talking about, within the next several months or, during this market cycle. And in fact, if the market cycle goes long enough, I tend to think that 6,000 Ethereum will easily be able to get to 6,000. And then we might be looking at 10,000 or more. But in the shorter term, that's kind of how we're going to look at this. Again, guys, not day trading. We're not day trading. We're not using, different technical indicators. We're basically looking at trends, and we're looking at valuations with respect to the blue chip assets, which are Bitcoin and Ethereum. Okay. So what this means is, back to this, right now we're sitting at this level. So Ethereum's right at around 4,000. In fact, right now, I believe it's trading, when I last checked a few hours ago, it was right at around $4,090. So this is your MATIC ETH valuation as it currently is, and this shows you your price if this is your Ethereum valuation and this MATIC valuation. Okay, so we know that MATIC is right now at around 267. So Ethereum, like we said, is probably sitting right at around $4,050. Now, what happens if Ethereum maintains a stable price, but MATIC breaks out against Ethereum and breaks this resistance level and is able to get up to its prior all-time high? Well, that gives you a $3.60 MATIC. Okay. Now, what if MATIC breaks out? Okay, so we're saying, so here's our prior all-time high right around there. What if MATIC were able to do something like this? Say we we test it, and then we break out up to right around this level here. And that's going to be your 0.00012 level. Okay. So that is how you get $4.80 MATIC. So that is more of a stable situation where Ethereum is maintaining a $4,000 valuation against the US dollar. Now, so, these are the prices that you would have for MATIC USD if Ethereum maintains this $4,000 price and MATIC gets to these various levels, okay? So now we can look at a more bullish scenario where Ethereum gets up to $5,000 or even $6,000 and these various valuations of MATIC, okay? So if Ethereum, let's just go to the $6,000 scenario, and we can kind of just extrapolate to the $5,000 scenario from there. So if MATIC maintains its current valuation against Ethereum, it doesn't move, it doesn't go up, it doesn't go down, it just goes sideways, and Ethereum gets to $6,000, well, then you would be looking at a $4 MATIC, okay? However, I theorize that if Ethereum goes up to, say, $6,000, so let's say we had our Ethereum chart here, and here's 6,000, and right here is, let's say, 4,000. Okay, so, and let's say that Ethereum's doing this, it's going sideways, and then it has a big breakout up to $6,000. I think what you're going to see is right at this point here, right when Ethereum starts to break out, you're going to see MATIC do something like this. It's probably going to be rising, and then when Ethereum has a large breakout, you may see MATIC go sideways for a short amount of time, but then you're going to see a large breakout for MATIC shortly thereafter, that you see Ethereum go on this kind of run, okay, up to 6K. So in that instance, then getting to the all-time high, I would say, is a sure thing. It's a sure thing if Ethereum gets up to 6K. So this $5.40 valuation. In fact, I would even say that looking at that a more short-term valuation at this 0.0012 level at $7.20, that's likely assured also. In fact, I would say potentially much higher than that. So I think if you see Ethereum going up and continuing to move upwards, you're going to see MATIC against Ethereum make a nice move. In fact, every time we've seen Ethereum itself go on a run, well, MATIC tends to go on a even larger run of its own. So that's kind of the point of what we're saying here. If Ethereum can go on a large run into the rest of the market cycle, you could potentially see MATIC going above $5 and even above $7.50, potentially up towards $10. And given MATIC's market cap, which if we just take a look right here, we can see MATIC right now is sitting right at around $20 billion. So to get up to, a valuation, and plus, I think this is absolutely laughable that, I'm not even someone who is necessarily as against the meme coins as a lot of people are, but I think it is laughable, absolutely absurd that Shiba Inu, for instance, is above Polygon. Polygon's one of the most valuable projects in all of cryptocurrency, and you have Shiba Inu above it. So that's just absolutely laughable to me. If you just think about it, like MATIC is right at around 20 billion. You have things like Solana sitting right at 60 billion. So if MATIC were able to just reach where Solana's at right now, that's going to give you right around a $7.50 valuation on Polygon. So overall, I think what we're saying here is this is what you're going to need. You're going to continue to need Ethereum to show strength. You don't want to see Ethereum falling down towards $3,000, $2,000, because I think that's at the end of the day going to drag MATIC down with it. I don't think that we've necessarily reached a point where we're decoupling yet. I do believe that the market is approaching, it's approaching a point of decoupling. I just don't think we're there yet. So this is kind of what I'm watching for, guys. I think that's going to be it for this one. So if you guys like this type of content, hit like and subscribe. You can head over to the Telegram or the Discord channel to sign up for the DCA Index Risk model, which we showed you back here. If you're interested in that, you can sign up and I will send it out to you. The model gets sent out as a trading view indicator. So you will need at least to sign up for TradingView, even if it's a free account. So that's it for this one, guys. I hope everyone's having a happy holiday. And until next time, as usual, see you.